Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This guy might fight another bum again. Dillian Whyte might fight another bum again. And I'll let you know how this might happen. Because Eddie Hearn is desperate. He is desperately trying to get Dillian Whyte to fight on the undercard of the Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev fight that was going to happen later this month on October 28th, right? October 28th. We're literally just what? Let's see, less than 3 weeks away from October 28th, basically 2 weeks and a half away. They can't seem to find them any top guy to want to fight him on the undercard. Deontay Wilder ducked him. He chose to fight the mandatory Bermane Stavern. We already know Wilder, he's a fucking cherry picker, so who gives a fuck about him? He ducked him for $3 million. He ducked him. Cool. But then, Jerome Miller, prior to fighting Marius Wack, he was begging Dillian Whyte to fight him. Dillian Whyte wanted no parts to fight Jerome Big Baby Miller. He ducked him. Can't blame Miller. So Miller was just forced to fight Wack. Still a decent fight for Miller. Then, they were trying to get the Lucas Brown fight for the undercard of the Anthony Joshua Kubrat Pulev fight. Lucas Brown publicly came out and said, no, he ducked him. He's a pussy, coward. So he's out the table. Now they're talking about how then they were trying to get the fight between him and Dominic Breazeale, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen because I'm not seeing no news from it. So basically, now Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn are left with no top fighter that they could get to fight Dillian Whyte. The only best option was really Derek Chisora or Jarrell Miller. But like I said, Dillian Whyte wanted no parts to do with Jarrell Miller, so he didn't fight him. And Derek Chisora is faced to fight that bum Ajit Caballero guy. So who in the fuck are they going to find for Dillian Whyte? Can someone explain to me who are they going to find for Dillian Whyte? Who are they going to find to fight Dillian Whyte with just the 2 weeks to prepare for him? 2 weeks. Because whoever fights Dillian Whyte on October 28th, they're only going to have 2 fucking weeks to prepare for him. Because Dillian Whyte has been training for months. Every time you see his Instagram posts or his Twitter, he's always posting him training. So even though he hasn't fought since August, he's been training for the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. He's been training. So he's been training for the past 2 months. So he's been training. He's been keeping himself, because I know in his last fight against that bum Malcolm Tan, he was overweight, like 260 pounds. But for the past 2 months, he's been training. So he's been probably presumably getting himself in better shape. So the guy guy they're gonna pick for him, he's gonna be going into this fight with a short notice. Going into this fight with only 2 weeks to train, probably overweight, probably fat. And you know what the thing is? Top elite fighters don't get fights with only 2 weeks notice because they need a full 6 to 8 weeks training camp to get themselves in shape, especially if they're not in shape. So you want to know what that means? That means, because in the article I've seen Eddie Hearn saying he's desperate. He's desperate to get Dillian Whyte on that Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev undercard. So you want to know what that means? Since Eddie Hearn is so desperate to get Dillian Whyte on the undercard of the AJ versus Pulev fight, he's gonna just find him a bum. He's gonna find him a fucking bum because only a bum cab driver, nobody will take a fight on 2 weeks notice because he's not going there to win. He's going there for a payday. So do not be surprised if we hear Dillian Whyte versus somebody in the level of Malcolm Tan again on the undercard of AJ versus Kubrat Pulev, because it seems that every time Dillian Whyte fights, he's always fighting bums. That's why I call him the Bum Slayer. Again, I don't blame him for Deontay Wilder ducking him, but I do blame him for ducking Jarrell Big Baby Miller. That would have been a great fight for you, Dillian Whyte. It would have been a great fight, but you ducked him. You know, I don't respect guys going around saying that everyone's ducking him, but then you duck Jarrell Miller. You know, it's kind of being hypocrite there. But yeah, guys, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how anyone feels about this. Don't be surprised if in the next 2 days we hear Dillian Whyte will be facing some bum that nobody wanted to see. That's all I have to say. McGregor, I'm out. If you watched the whole video, I appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys next time.